All right, let's dive into the world of nuclear medicine and talk about a really remarkable element, gallium. Now, this is a metal that you could literally melt in the palm of your hand. But get this, inside the human body, it completely transforms into a powerful tool for diagnosing and even treating disease. So let's unpack how it makes that incredible journey from a simple metal to life-saving medicine. So here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with gallium's special role in medicine. Then we'll meet the two key isotopes that really make it all happen. After that, we'll look at how these isotopes are actually made, see how they work as these tiny molecular detectives to hunt down disease, and we'll wrap up with gallium's starring role in the pretty revolutionary field of theranostics. Okay, so let's get right to the core of it. Gallium isn't just, another box on the periodic table. In the world of radiopharmacy, its unique properties make it an absolutely essential tool for looking inside the human body with incredible precision. And that really brings us to the central question for today. How in the world do we take this simple metal and turn it into something that can actually hunt down cancer cells or pinpoint exactly where an infection is hiding? Well, the whole secret, it lies in its isotopes. You see, in medicine, not all gallium is created equal. We mainly use two specific isotopes, gallium-67 and gallium-68. You can think of them as two specialists from the same family, and each one has a totally unique skill set that's perfectly suited for a different kind of medical mission. Now check this out. This is where you can really see their different talents. On one hand, you've got gallium-67. Think of it as the patient marathon runner. It has a long half-life, more than 78 hours, and it gives off gamma rays that are picked up by a SPECT scanner. This makes it perfect for tracking slower things like inflammation. But then you have gallium-68, and it's the sprinter. Its half-life is just 68 minutes, and it emits positrons, which is the key to the super high-speed, high-resolution world of PET scans. This gives us these crystal-clear pictures of things like fast-growing tumors. Okay, so these isotopes are fantastic, right? But where do they actually come from? I mean, you can't just order them from a chemical supplier. They have to be created, and the way we get gallium-68 is particularly ingenious. And here is that brilliant solution, the germanium-68/gallium-68 generator. I mean, this is such an elegant system. You start with a really long-lasting parent isotope, germanium-68, which is just sitting there safely on a column. As it decays, it's constantly making our short-lived hero, gallium-68. So whenever a hospital needs a dose, they just wash it off the column with a simple saline solution. It's incredible, and it means that even a smaller hospital far from a big production facility can have on-demand access to this vital PET isotope. You know, this system is so reliable and productive that it's earned this great nickname, the positron cow. Yep, just like a dairy cow, you can go in every single morning and milk it for a fresh supply of gallium-68, ready to go for the day's patients. It's a pretty memorable way to think about a truly life-saving piece of tech. Now, the generator isn't the only game in town. If you need massive quantities, you can use a cyclotron. This is a much bigger operation, where you're smashing protons into a zinc-68 target to create gallium-68. It's perfect if you need to supply an entire region, but it definitely lacks that plug-and-play convenience of having a generator sitting right there in the hospital's radiopharmacy. So you've got two different paths, really, for two different scales of need. So we have our gallium, but how does it actually find its target? This is where the chemistry gets really cool. You see, the gallium atom itself doesn't find the disease. It's just the bright, flashing beacon. It's the vehicle we attach it to that does all the real detective work. The whole secret lies in finding a unique feature on the surface of a cancer cell, a molecular target. And a perfect example of this is the somatostatin receptor, or STR. These little proteins are everywhere on neuroendocrine tumors. Think of them as a very specific type of lock. Our job is to build the perfect key and then just attach a radioactive gallium atom to it. And here are some of those keys in action. For those neuroendocrine tumors, we use molecules like dotatate, which are designed to bind to the STRs we just talked about. For prostate cancer, there's a different key called PSMA that's used to find its specific lock. And for infection, the older gallium-67 works a bit differently. It latches onto proteins that our own immune cells release at the site of the battle. But in every single case, the gallium is just acting as that bright flashing light, telling the PET or SPECT scanner exactly where the problem is.
Okay, this brings us to the final and honestly the most exciting part of Gallium's entire mission. What if the very same key we use to find the disease could also be used to deliver a treatment directly to it? Well, this isn't science fiction anymore. It's the new frontier of medicine, and it's called theranostics. Theranostics is a really beautiful idea because it's so powerful but also so simple. It's basically a mashup of the words therapy and diagnostics. And the core principle is this: if you can see a target with a diagnostic agent, you should be able to treat that exact same target with a therapeutic agent using the very same delivery system. And this slide just perfectly illustrates the concept in action. So in step 1, a patient with a neuroendocrine tumor gets a PET scan with gallium-68 dotatate. The scan lights up like a Christmas tree, showing every single tumor deposit in their body. We can see exactly where all the targets are. Then, for step 2, we take that same dotatate molecule, but this time, we just swap out the diagnostic gallium-68 for a therapeutic atom, lutetium-177. This new compound goes to the exact same places as the first one, but now it delivers a tiny dose of cell-killing radiation directly to the tumors, and it spares the healthy tissue around them.
And that's really the revolutionary idea right there. The diagnostic scan literally becomes a perfect roadmap for the therapy. It lets doctors predict whether the treatment is likely to work and helps them select only the patients who are truly going to benefit. I mean, this is the very definition of personalized medicine. So, from a simple metal you can hold in your hand to a diagnostic detective, and now to a therapeutic guide, Gallium's journey is just a remarkable story of innovation. And it leaves us with a really powerful thought. By being able to see exactly what we're treating and then treat exactly what we see, we might just be looking at the future of how we fight our most challenging diseases.